Hello and welcome. I'm Casey and I'm glad that you've made it here. This is my pilot episode, so it's going to be a little rough around the edges. I don't really know where to start, but I'm going to start off telling a little bit about myself and where I'm at and what I want to do. I live here at the foothills of the Smoky Mountains, which are right behind you guys. There's big windows behind you and they overlook the Smoky Mountains. And so you probably see a lot of that on here because they're just too beautiful not to show every day a clip of. And that's God's art. God has a lot of art and I want to capture that as well on here. And that gives me ideas of things to draw as well. And I love flowers. I have a greenhouse that my husband built for me and a little cottage garden in the making. So all those will inspire me on here and I'll bring my art down there and we'll draw things and look at things. If you see behind me is my Bible. This is my Bible study area. I have 2 Bibles and I spend a lot of time up here with the Lord in the Word, growing in my relationship with Him. I love to make Christian art as well. So when I do my Bible study at night, when I'm done doing all that, sometimes I'll do like a quick drawing of something I'm reading, like I'm in Joshua. And last night I did a quick drawing of Rahab and the 2 spies. And I feel like that can be a good message for other people. And I feel like my art is a gift the Lord has blessed me with. So I want to make sure that I'm using it to glorify and honor Him as well. I have recently discovered that I love color. So when I was a kid, I first started loving art. When I was probably in elementary school, that's when I first remember it. So while doing schoolwork, when I would finish in the margins of my paper, I would start sketching people and faces and flowers and animals and all kinds of stuff. And then it just started morphing into more. And my mom and dad encouraged me and they always got me art supplies and took me to an art class. And I just started really growing in my love for art. And then when I got to high school, I had an amazing art teacher. She was good to me and she let me take art all 4 years. She encouraged me, taught me a lot of stuff. And then I went on to college and didn't take art. I took photography. I picked up a camera and loved it. I've always taken pictures. Here again, I love to capture pretty things. So I did a lot of photography stuff over the last 20-something years. And then it morphed into, I love doing videography. And thought, I'm just going to incorporate this all together and get back into my art. My mom's been telling me for a while. And I picked up a colored pencil and it was all downhill from there. This room is a blank canvas. It used to be a homeschool room. My kids have since left the nest, and I've looked at a lot of different art stuff like on Pinterest, and so I've gotten a little overwhelmed. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to take it slow and find exactly what I want and buy pieces here and there and just let this kind of morph into something practical and pretty. And if you guys have any ideas out there, any artists, if you have any studios and any must-haves in your studio, put them in the comments. I would love to know. I'm not going to ramble too much here on this first episode, but I would love to have at least 1 or 2 episodes a week and then maybe some shorts in between. I have been finding it fun to do some little time lapses of my artwork, so I'll try to put that in there and just, mainly focus on my drawing, and I'll put the camera on my art and we'll see where it goes. I'll show you some of the things I've done just recently with color and what kind of supplies that I've recently picked up. Now, I have a lot of old art in my attic that I plan on getting out and sharing with you guys, but currently it's behind my kids' stuff. After they left, they didn't take all their things. I don't know if that's a thing that happens, but it did here. So I've got to kind of dig into it and get my art out, but I will try to get that on the next episode so you can see some of my older work. This is some of the things that I got recently to start with, and if you see this little thing right here, this was going to be a TV stand. My husband made that last year with his beautiful woodworking skills, and I love it. It's out of old barn wood that he planed down, and he's an artist too with wood. The first thing I got was these pencils at Hobby Lobby. They're Faber-Castell and they're watercolor pencils, and I am learning how to use them and it is super fun. I'll show you what I've done with them. And then I decided to add to my watercolor collection that I wanted some watercolor markers because I've been going down a rabbit hole of YouTube videos and watching people use different things. So I got this at my local craft store, which is, I need to quit going there. But these are neat, and I drew a little bird because I love birds with those. And look at that. Is that not just the cutest thing ever? Okay, I'm addicted. And this is taped on here because I was trying to get it to lay flat, but look at that. It's just so whimsical looking, and I used my little fine liner pens with that. With my recent art, I've been mixing different types of pencils and things together, and I've got just regular colored pencils. I've got some brushes that I use with them, and this is actually an egg holder because I have chickens, but I have been mixing paint in it, and it's been working out perfect. This is what I made with the Faber-Castell watercolor pencils, and I watched a little tutorial on how to do that, and it turned out really cute. Now, when I do my Bible study at night, I like to do like a quick drawing afterwards, something that pertains to the story I read. Last night I read in Joshua, like I told you guys, and I did just a little quick drawing on computer paper. And this is Rahab and the spies. They're going up on the rooftop and she protected them. But I just like quick drawings like that just have a little special message from the Bible. Literally, I got it done in 20 minutes. I did a Moses drawing the other night because I finished the book of Deuteronomy. This is just a really quick thing with colored pencils. And I love Moses, and I just thought that was such a good tribute to him. And I've got a lot of artwork. Like I said, I will bring it out. I do dot drawings. My mom actually sent me some of those. I will put at the end of the video so you can see my dot drawings I did in high school. And of course I use these pens right here because they don't bleed, and you can get different tips, sizes, and I'll put that on here. But that's just a little tip of the iceberg. I'm hoping to get maybe like a desk easel. I've seen some that I've liked, I've been looking at, and maybe want a floor easel. And this desk is just something my father-in-law made me years ago. I may get another type of desk that's for my art specific. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to get, but I'm going to get there. So I welcome you guys to come back. I hope it's a place that's peaceful, enjoyable, just to turn on and watch if you sit down and want to have lunch and watch a video, or in the evenings, or just to get away from the craziness of the world, or maybe to learn something on here. And I hope that I reflect Christ always. That is my number one. I hope that you have a relationship with Jesus, and if you don't, I urge you to. And I think that it's good for each other to lift each other up, and that's what I want to do on here. I'm planning on doing 1 to 2 videos a week, the long form videos, and have some shorts in between. I'm going to do time lapses, me drawing things, and I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But I'm glad you're here, and I hope to see you soon. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless. Bye.